media.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. We have been talking all week about compromised Liberal MPs, compromised elections due to Chinese interference. This damning report that has come out from the Senate stating that a number of MPs, and I'm willing to bet the majority of them are within the Liberal Party of Canada and the Bloc, have been compromised with the Chinese government in terms of our elections, in terms of giving away our secrets. Again, I'm going to refer to it one last time. Pierre Poilievre bringing out his phone book-sized report on the lab leak that happened in Winnipeg before the pandemic, exposing Canada's virology labs and secrets to a government that ultimately wants to destroy the western part of the country. Now, what I'm having an issue with here, and the reason that it's important we stay vigilant on this is, again, I have time and time again brought up even Chrystia Freeland and the Liberals talking about things like the capital gains tax merely as a distraction to try and keep people's minds focused on how much they're paying rather than what we're really paying for, which is our freedom when it comes to what's happening in our politics. Now, good friend of mine and friend of the channel, Melissa Lanceman, tweeting out here, hashtag sellout Singh says Justin Trudeau is undermining our democracy by not acting on foreign interference. Tonight he will vote confidence 8 times in Trudeau's government. Stay tuned to watch him vote over and over again to keep the Liberals in power. And that's the problem here. Now, during this press briefing, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the rounds, but let's play it one last time. Jagmeet Singh getting absolutely berated by prostitutes. Now, this is what's important to watch, and I keep saying it in our other videos, that when the mainstream media attaches itself to this, when they pick up on this, when they have to report this, that's when you know this is a serious deal. Because guys like myself or other outlets on YouTube or Twitter or anywhere else that want to talk about these things, well, people just say, it's a conspiracy theory. It's just misinformation, disinformation. But when mainstream government-paid shilled prostitutes pick up on the story and start talking about it, it's because, well, the hole goes a little deeper than us conspiracy theorists want to report about on YouTube, and they have no choice. Let's take a listen to Jagmeet Singh getting berated, and then I want to talk about why I'm a little confused as to what's going on.
Our democracy is at stake here. So why are you continuing to prop up the government who you say isn't taking democracy seriously? Why do you continue to prop them up?
So the question is, what are we going to do about it?
No,
the question
is,
to me,
why do you continue to prop up the government when you say our democracy is at stake and this government is not taking our democracy seriously? Why continue to back them up?
We're not at all doing that. What we're saying is we're going to demand answers. We're going to continue to push for solutions.
Of course, this clip doesn't go into his word salad explanation, but this is the same problem I've had when other conservative MPs have come on even this show for interview, when I've asked them, when it comes to Arrive scam, when it comes to the reports that we see going out time and time again about billion-dollar slush funds, money being given to contracted companies like Dalian, McKinsey, etc., why are we not seeing any charges? Why are we not seeing these people getting their upcomings when it comes to corruption in our system and taxpayer dollars and our securities? And well, those MPs have often said, well, it's just important we expose it. It's important that we get to the bottom of it. It's important that we discuss these issues. Why? So you have more talking points during your election? This is why I keep saying it's so important that we start getting as mad as these prostitutes and start asking, what are you doing? what are we doing? Now, Jagmeet Singh, and part of what I have to question is, according to this, again, CTV News article, NDP's Jagmeet Singh says a report shows that a number of MPs have helped foreign states. Now, here's the problem with this report that's come out. We're going to get into this article. But here's the problem. He says a number of MPs have helped foreign states. But if you watched yesterday's video on good old drunk Elizabeth May, I want to play a bit of audio from the clip that she gave out based on this report.
Having read the full, unredacted National Security Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians report, for myself, I can say, I have no worries about anyone in the House of Commons. There is no list of MPs who have shown disloyalty to Canada. There is no list.
No list. Jagmeet Singh says report shows a number of MPs have helped foreign states. What are we what are we doing here? Well, like somebody's lying. I wouldn't put too much credibility into this woman. I wouldn't put too much credibility into this man. Like, guys, like, this is where, again, look, I've said multiple times, get mad. Get mad at your government, but put your anger in the right direction. And this is where that direction has to go. We've got a three-ring circus going on here. This is a huge, huge problem. Now, one thing I will admit to, and one thing that I'll come clean with, is that when you cover politics, when you talk about politics, I don't know everything when it comes to politics, and I certainly don't want to pretend to know everything. And one of the benefits to doing this for at least a hobby / living on YouTube is that I'm able to get educated on a regular basis. Now, yesterday I had stated that maybe Pierre Poilievre doesn't want to read the report because he doesn't want to be involved. He doesn't want to read facts that he already knows. Again, because these accusations would not come out without significant proof due to things like slander and libel. Now, what I did find out is the reason Pierre Poilievre doesn't want to read these documents, and again, I apologize for not being properly educated on this, is that, well, as soon as you read this document, well, you're signing away your parliamentary privilege. You're signing away your rights to talk about anybody who's on that list, meaning that if, let's say, Jagmeet Singh's name was on that list. Now, I'm not implying that, but this is just for happenstance to make my point. If Jagmeet Singh's name was on that list, Pierre Poilievre at that point reads the unredacted report, comes back to the House of Commons. He is not allowed to out Jagmeet Singh. He is not allowed to accuse him. He's not allowed to speak upon what he saw, which makes me question both Jagmeet Singh's claim of foreign states and Elizabeth May saying, hey, I've read the unredacted reports. Now, Elizabeth May did stop in her press conference to say, I have to be careful about what I've said. Again, that's the parliamentary privilege. She's given up her rights to discuss what was seen in there. But it's the lies and the bullshit that comes from her to say, oh, there's no list, everybody. Everything's fine. Keep in mind, Elizabeth May has ties to Trudeau Trust Fund. Her pockets run deep with the Trudeaus, so of course she's going to cover things up. But at the same time, I don't believe what Jagmeet Singh is touting either. We know that a lot of people are guilty in this. A lot. I guarantee you that when you look at that list, you're going to see Duclos, you're going to see Mendocino, you're going to see Chrystia Freeland, you're going to see Justin Trudeau, you're going to see probably Elizabeth May, you're probably going to see a number of the usual suspects. Stephen Guilbeault, which we've already talked about, how he's got already involvement in Chinese environmental companies. The list goes on. This is alarming. Let's get into what was actually said, because I want to make sure I've got all my bases covered here, because I'd hate to throw out accusations without any form of proof. But NDP leader Jagmeet Singh says a recent spy watchdog report shows a number of MPs having knowingly provided help to foreign governments, behavior he calls unethical and even illegal, which again goes back to the question of why the hell are you propping up a Liberal government and supporting them when you've seen this? Again, he can't talk about it. You can sure vote against it in the House of Commons. There's nothing that says you can't vote non-confidence. He wants his pension. It's all about money. Singh said Thursday he is more alarmed today after reading the unredacted version of a report on foreign interference by National Security and Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians. The intelligence watchdog, comprised of MPs and senators, said in a public report last week that most parliamentarians are semi-witting or witting participant. I think that's supposed to say semi-willing or willing participants in the... in the efforts against foreign states to meddle in Canadian politics. The blunt findings prompted a flurry of concern that members knowingly involved in interference might still be in active politics. Singh told reporters that after seeing the full report, he is more convinced than ever of the watchdog's public conclusions. In short, Singh says, There's a number of MPs who have knowingly provided help to foreign governments, some to the detriment of Canada and Canadians. Why wouldn't you vote non-confidence? Right? Jagmeet Singh's office should be barraged with people demanding his non-confidence vote or his resignation. This is a form of committing treason. In my mind, anyways, my personal opinion, this is treason. You're supporting a government that you have just claimed is guilty of providing foreign governments with assistance to the detriment of Canadians. You're colluding in that. If I watch somebody get unalived by somebody, I'm an accessory. What does this make Jagmeet Singh? There are also politicians at all levels of government who have benefited from foreign interference. Some of this behavior absolutely appears to be criminal and should be prosecuted. Again, but you're supporting them, right? Like, this is where I don't, like, this is where I've said they're putting it all on display. They don't care anymore. They don't care. Because nothing happens. This is why when the Conservatives come to your door, when anybody comes to your door, the NDP, the Liberals, the Bloc, the PPC, anybody comes and says, hi, I'm looking for your vote in the next federal election. You should be saying, why the hell should I vote for you? You've abused us. You've sold us out. Literally sold us out and our security. You're allowing us to be invaded. What are we doing? Singh said the report also stated that he had been a target of foreign interference. Now, we've seen others show that they've been targeted. Again, friend of the channel, friend of mine, Stephanie Kusi, wonderful Conservative MP. It's going to continue. The NDP leader did not provide details about the number of MPs implicated because he can't, their political affiliations, or the nature of the alleged misdeeds. He can't. And this is why Pierre Poilievre isn't reading the report. And good for him. Singh said other party leaders should look at the unredacted report and determine whether any of their caucus members must step away. Again, if Pierre Poilievre found out that his caucus members were involved in Chinese politics or any country's foreign interference, I'm sure he would recuse them of their position immediately. Or the pressure would be on, I'm not sure the legalities of whether he can just toss them out, but the pressure would be on to stand down. Encouraging Pierre Poilievre to do this is just another tactic to essentially sweep this under the rug. Because Justin Trudeau, who came out and said, look, all Pierre Poilievre has to do is read this document. Of course he does, because then he has to shut up about it. That's what Trudeau wants. Green Party's Elizabeth May, who has also seen a full version, said this week it does not contain a list of MPs who have shown disloyalty to Canada. May said she believes a small number of MPs named in the report did not knowingly set out to betray Canada. So again, contradicts what Jagmeet Singh said. Excuse me. And I'm getting a little verklempt talking about this. It contradicts what Jagmeet Singh said. So somebody's lying. I mean, their government. Let's not act surprised that somebody's lying. May said one unnamed former MP accused in the report of proactively sharing privileged information with a foreign operative should be fully investigated by authorities. Again, I'd probably put that on somebody like Marco Mendicino or Han Dong, who again was exposed to have been colluding with the Chinese government. She was quick to add the few named people in the unredacted report may be compromised as they were beneficiaries of foreign governments interfering in nomination contests. Again, look no further than Toronto's installation of Olivia Chow. It doesn't just concern the federal government. This is all of our politics. This is our freedoms. Everything is at stake here. Singh accused Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of failing to act on the report's findings. So why are you voting in favor of him? Like, this is why I wish somebody would just tell him to go suck an egg. You know? Like, how do you have the hubris to stand up there and tell people, "Oh, I don't support this guy, but I'm going to vote for him." Come on. What how stupid do you think we are? He also condemned Polyev for refusing to learn more about the very disturbing allegations of foreign interference. Pierre already knows the foreign interference. He doesn't need to read the report. Just look across the aisle. That tells you enough. If you want to see what Chinese prostitutes look like, look at the Liberal Party. Liberal MP David McGuinty, who chairs the spy watchdog compromise of parliamentarians, said Wednesday that national security and intelligence should not be a partisan issue. He said party leaders could come together to have an adult conversation about how to deal with the issue within their own parties. Jail them all. Jail them all. If you're guilty, if you sell out your country, gitmo. Get out. You're gone. You're done. You broke the law. Singh's pronouncements came as the government legislation to help counter foreign meddling received a third reading Thursday in the House of Commons. Even before its passage, the House, the Senate began studying the bill in hopes of it becoming law before parliamentary summer break. The legislation would introduce new criminal provisions against deceptive or supposititious acts, allowing for sharing of sensitive information with businesses and others beyond the government, and establish a foreign influence transparency registry. The bill recognizes that states and other foreign entities that engage in interference to advance political goals might employ people to act on their behalf without disclosing those ties. The transparency registry, God, try saying that 10 times fast, would require certain individuals to register with the federal government to help guard against such activity. We know that activity would continue regardless. We know that our system is compromised. You got to do, again, what guys like Donald Trump have been saying all along: drain the swamp, get rid of them. The only way to stop an infestation is to gut it. And that's what we need to happen, ladies and gentlemen, at least in my opinion. Again, we should be outraged. People should be lining up outside of Jagmeet's office, outside of any NDP office at this point, saying, where is your accountability? Where is your own personal pride in your country? Where is your shame? We can't keep doing this dance, ladies and gentlemen. They're literally destroying our country. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. What should happen to Jagmeet Singh? What should happen to Elizabeth May? Do you agree with Pierre not reading the reports? I sure as hell do. Give me your thoughts. Also, make sure that if you enjoyed this video, you hit the subscribe button, you click your bell for notifications. Join us live here on the channel tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, where we will definitely be discussing this issue alongside other ones that pertain to censorship, that pertain to politics, and the pursuit of happiness, if that is even possible anymore. Make sure to join me live here on the channel again, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. I always look forward to chatting with you guys every single week. It's definitely the highlight of my week, and I look forward to hearing what each and every one of you has to say in those live streams. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, at least for the education portion, and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.